Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Why Ukraine live stream. Coming to you once again from wrong side, from this young woman's bedroom, apparently. Some of my Ukrainian viewers were asking, like, who is that woman with James? Hello, everybody who's here. Let me just share my screen. There we are. Yes, again, thank you. Get the things correct on this. Yeah, so M code, and I apologize. I did not know that. Well, Johnny over at ATP Geopolitics, he streams whenever he's going to stream. So he's streaming in about 2 minutes. So I won't feel bad if you want to jump on over to Johnny. But I just, if you remember nothing from this live stream today, or if you're just watching for the next 3 minutes, M code, say it with me, M code. This is what Ukraine needs right now, more than anything else. I would argue that they haven't gotten in an immediate sense. And the amazing thing is, it would cost the United States absolutely nothing to give this to Ukraine. Just simply a signed piece of paper from Mr. Biden that says, give Ukraine M code. That's all we need. Okay? It's such an incredibly simple thing. So I'm telling you guys about this because I want you, each of you, to go out into the world and spread the gospel of M code. We only have, after January 20th, it's not going to happen. Okay? Petra, thank you so much. Once again, and yes, I always always need something. What is M code? Okay, what is M code? All it is really is, it stands for military code. It is the United States encrypted GPS signal. That's what it is. Okay, that's honestly what it is. It's the U.S.'s encrypted GPS signal. So there's a lot of technical stuff about it, but the thing you need to know is that it cannot be spoofed under current technology. And it's much more difficult for electronic warfare to interfere. Okay. So it's such a simple, incredibly simple thing. All Ukraine needs is the right, the authorization to purchase M code equipment. So M code enabled GPS equipment. As you may well know, a lot of drones, not all drones, but a lot of drones that are being used in this war, especially on the Ukrainian side, utilize GPS. And a lot of them are prevented from utilizing GPS because it's rendered ineffective on the battlefield due to electronic warfare interference and spoofing. Spoofing, if you don't know, is where you make the GPS think that it's somewhere else. That's what that is. Okay. M code prevents that. And like right now, let me see here. There we go. If you want to know what it looks like physically, something you can touch with your hand, that's it. Okay. This is an M code chip, an M code board. I don't know if this is one that is drone optimized, but they do exist. Okay. I'm sure if I went and Googled M code drone chips, actually I have already done that. I just didn't have that on my screen at the moment. And that's it. And we just plug it into our drones, and it as far as accuracy with these. Here's another thing, okay? And I wrote about this. You're right. Last White Rose. Like the genius spoofing making parts of Ukraine appear to be Belarus, and Belarus be Ukraine sometimes with the Shaheeds. Yes, that's exactly right. But Russia is able to do that in the opposite direction as well. So M code prevents that, at least for now. Now, obviously, once this gets out on the battlefield, and here's the thing: not all American equipment has this M code enabled. It is my understanding that the long-range ATACMS missiles and the Taurus and what's the French one? I can't remember. Whatever the French version of the Taurus is, they have this M code GPS ability, and that is what enables them to be so accurate. It's new. It's only been around for last several years, and in fact, a lot of the equipment has only come out since 2021 or even 2023. That's finally gotten rolled out, because even though I think it was approved in like 2011, but it took until like 2018 to get fully manufactured, all that type of stuff. So it's very new. Now, obviously, as I was starting to say before, it's gonna get hacked, it's gonna get cracked eventually, and I'm reasonably certain that M code, this proprietary encryption software, essentially, is the actual reason, the real reason, why the United States was preventing Ukraine from getting ATACMS and Taurus missiles. Not because, we're afraid they're going to attack Moscow or whatever. No, because, look, America's already helping Ukraine in countless other ways, and American components are inside the drones that are attacking Moscow right now. If the Russians wanted to make a big deal about that, they could. Okay, it's a paper tiger, a red herring. It's the simple fact is the United States doesn't want to give up, or didn't want to give up, this proprietary code, and they're afraid that if they let these missiles into the hands of Ukraine is going to say, "Ooh, we're going to reverse engineer this M code." Yoink. That's what they're afraid of, which is ridiculous. Just let us use it. Let us use it. Okay? I mean, and it's not secret. Look, I can go right now. Here, I can go on it's freaking Wikipedia. Okay? M code frequency information. M code is transmitted in the same L1 and L2 frequencies, already in use by the previous military code. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, M code was switched. April 2011, right? So, here, if you're interested, we can watch this. You guys hear that? No sound. Of course, no sound. Naturally. All right, give me a second. Let me. You guys have to see my big ugly face for a minute. I have to share the specific tab. So there, then I can share the audio. That's fine. Yeah, so the next party you go to, you can tell all your friends about M code when they ask, and they'll probably.
M code is the modernized military signal intended to supersede Y code over the next few years.
Can everyone
M-code
hear
is an additional modulation applied to both GPS L1 and L2 bands, simultaneous with the CA and PY codes. M-code uses a binary offset carrier modulation, which spreads the signal even wider than PY code, improving resistance to jamming. The M-code signal introduces a new navigation data message structure with greater flexibility than the rigid legacy navigation data method of subframes and pages repeating every 12.5 minutes.
You know this
M-code
voice?
provides higher power levels to further improve
It's not
jam
me.
resistance. It uses improved and more flexible cryptography, making it more secure. An improved key management system simplifies use for authorized users. The security architecture improves the ability of a receiver to detect and reject false spoofing signals. And finally, there is a mandate. New military procurements are required to implement M-code solutions.
So
M-code.
there you go. And now you probably know just as much as you did at the beginning. Cheryl, did you say you heard a jet overhead? I mean, to be honest with you, it would not surprise me. There are regular, I mean, we have, I think I'm in the Shahid flight path. I mean, there are multiple buildings around me that have been, you know, they're not in good shape. Let's put it that way. I just got lucky with this place, and I don't know how much longer we're gonna have it. Maybe months, maybe days, no idea. So yeah, so M code, and what I want you guys to go out and do. Yes, Cheryl, Oh, I see, Cheryl. No, I didn't see your patch message. Cheryl says, I had been freaking because I took a headset out of the closet and it rained a black dandruff substance all over my favorite shirt. Patch should be fine. Yeah, the patch is great. Yeah, KKGG liberated. Yeah, yeah, they certainly don't have a problem with ventilation. Let's put it that way. But, you know, I mean, there's people living around here. It's all just carrying on with their lives. So, there's an earlier message. Oh, my patch arrived and found its pride of place on my backpack. Yes, I saw that you sent on Discord the picture, which is fantastic. I posted a picture on Discord under postcards from the front. Yes, thank you so much. And all of you, any of you, who oh yeah, Nikki, I did send yours too. Yeah, and Frag got his. A lot of people, I think, got yours. And please post pictures in the Discord, the Why Ukraine Discord, if you are in there. So, and by the way, you know, last time I was speaking about my need for a new laptop, and thank you to your guys's help and donations, and one of our viewers, who I don't think he's in our chat right now, so I won't say his name, but basically was able to pick up the laptop for me and bring it to Ukraine, and it is on its way here. I believe it was mailed like today. So it's actually going to go to my wife, and then she will mail it to my location, just, you know, for extra operational security. Yeah, it's a really great news, Michelle. Thank you, all of you. And let me tell you, I mean, it will make a real freaking actual difference, no doubt about it. You know, to be clear, every pixel matters. Every every megabit in the work that I'm doing. It's and I'm just starting out. There's more. I obviously I can't tell you what I'm doing. Oh, Cheryl, you have ATP Geopolitics on the desktop and you on the iPhone. That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to end early. I'm not even going to go a full hour here because, you know, it's been a long day for me already. And I hope that, you know, please, I sent Johnny, Jonathan M.S. Pierce, a whole thing about this M-code business. And I'm going to probably go on the Shills tomorrow night. Hopefully I can stay awake for that. On the Shills tomorrow night, I'm going to talk about it. I'm just going to be like M-code, 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 M-code. And in fact, let's see here. The Ukraine mission, who introduced you guys to, he is going to be on the Shills tomorrow night. And it will be his first live stream ever. So, Frag, you said you're still interested in the cost. Thank you for bringing that up. So here's the crazy thing, right? With regards to the laptop, this is why I'm so glad one of you suggested, you know, trying to buy it from America, or I don't know, whoever suggested it, because, oh my God, okay, the same laptop, almost exactly the same laptop that was for sale here for $2,000. I was able to buy from Best Buy in America for $650. Oh my God. Yeah. Cheryl, he talked about the M code. Yay! Victory. That is freaking victory. Thank you so much. I think I will. Oh yeah, he's not on military aid. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, you guys. Anna, you were right. You guys were saying between $600 and $700 for the type of laptop I was looking at, like, you know, 16 gigs and yada yada. And I'm so glad that you guys mentioned that, suggested it, because yeah, I mean, it was on sale. I think regularly they were like $1,000. But yeah, so it made a huge freaking, because I couldn't have done $1,000. $650 though, fantastic. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, one of my, so you guys know I teach English, or I did teach English. And one of my American companies who I teach English for their Ukrainian employees, or who I did teach English for their Ukrainian employees, this particular company, Vega International Travel Services, they contributed money towards this as well. So, wait, hang on. No, come on, James. I want to show you. That's the deal. So Vega International Travel Services, this is my little commercial for them, because they sent me some money, not to help with not just a laptop, but also I need to get an external monitor. And it can't be the one that, like a big one, you know, like one that sits on your desktop with a stand, because I have to go around. I have to move around. I have to go to different locations, sometimes with almost no notice. So there are mobile, like external monitors that are intended for, like for laptop use. And the one I'm going to purchase actually has its own battery. Yeah, portable monitors on it. That's exactly correct. But okay, so yeah, so M-code guys, you know, here I'll just. GPS world. Did you know there's a GPS world? You know, GPS is one of those things that's just in the background. Even
we are excited that we are in the GPS world April issue.
I don't normally,
and particularly in this April issue is an ad for our MPEM receiver, the very first.
So here we go. There you go. Like, that's what we're talking about here, guys. And buying one, they're very cheap. You can buy one for, like less than $100. Okay. But you can't buy one unless you have, unless we get Joe Biden to sign a freaking signature. And I'm sorry, I've been going on about this now for 20 minutes. And I apologize, but that's how important it is. That's how important this is. Okay. I mean, it could literally, in the very near term, from like between 1 and 6 months, which is this critical time when people are saying, "Oh, the war is going to end," or whatever. This could give Ukraine that edge that we desperately need here. So I can't shut up about it. And I understand that the U.S. wants to protect its intellectual property and whatnot. But what's really more important, because intellectual property or the lives of Ukrainians and winning this damn war, So, and I mean, this is the thing, right? As soon as the U.S. goes to war with China, we're going to find out that they've already hacked the M code. They just recently, I just saw this, the Chinese cracked AES encryption, supposedly with quantum computers, which, we knew was going to happen. Well, okay. Those of you who follow these things, Yeah, exactly, Scruffy. The US is only providing older tech. And that's my point, is that I have a reasonable suspicion that the reason that the real reason why the U.S. didn't want to give up or allow Ukraine to use the ATACMS and Taurus is the real reason is because of this M code business. Hey, Hjalmar. Oh, Mark said, who's the gal behind you? I don't know, to be honest. I have no idea. It's a nice looking girl, but do you guys notice her foot? Like, I don't know. I've had enough time to sit with this thing behind me. That foot right there, right there. If you guys look at it up close, I don't want to show it actually because it's scary. It's not a foot. It's almost like a third hand. Like you could hold a cup of coffee with that foot. You could. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. Like she has like an extra thumb on the foot. It's freaking me out, you guys. It's freaking me out. I need to here. I'm gonna take. I keep seeing it from behind me. Oh, by the way, this is my helmet. I showed you this before. I know. I need to show the foot, huh? No, because then I'll have to move my setup. I will take. I'm the opposite of a foot fetishist, Anna. This is like anti-fetish. It's turning me off. This foot here. Yeah, I will take a picture of the foot and I will post it to the community tab so you can all get a good. You'll be able to smell it probably. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you. I'm very proud of this scrim. I made this scrim like 2.5 years ago. Michelle says Photoshop. I mean, you think somebody gave this woman a weird foot with Photoshop? I mean, I hope not. I think they should have used Photoshop and failed to there. Anyway, yeah. I mean, it's just a regular, fast helmet. But the real point is that, I made this scrim, and I'm very proud. And I actually this was like 2.5 years ago when I was working volunteering in a place that was making gear, basically. And so I actually have different types of scrim for different environments. So like lighter color and darker color, and then another one. Anyway, I kind of went crazy with it, but yeah. So yeah, I just put it on actually this week. So I haven't had the chance to wear my scrim in combat, but yeah, I guess I don't know. It looks kind of goofy, but there we go. Anyway, the point is to look kind of goofy. You don't want to look like you want to look like a freaking Muppet, I think, with scrim. KKCG says, James, you remind me of a comedian who talked about meeting a model perfect woman on a beach who looked down and saw her unattractive toes and just couldn't. Oh, hey, Leslie. How you doing? I'm sorry, Leslie. I haven't had a chance. I need to tell. Just you're making me think of the fact that Leslie won something in the raffle like 3 freaking months ago, and I didn't have her address. And oh yeah, you're right, Scruffy. You mean my scrim? Anyway, yeah. So let's move on from because I've talked about this enough. We know about this. Speaking of the symposium in 2019, Colonel Pavlenko, Ukraine lost nearly 100 drones to Russian electronic attacks. I mean, this is an article about GPS going all the way back to what is it, like 2021 maybe. I mean, it's been around, but yeah. So I want to show you guys something really exciting. Hello, Roberto, rather. Oh yeah, helmet camouflage needs to erase the head shape by removing the neck shoulder angle. Yeah. I kind of am thinking about, I've really been thinking about that. It's funny you mentioned, because I kind of want to add scrim to my shoulders. So like I have armor shoulders, not real ones. I mean, ones that anyway, I won't go into it. Maybe I'm thinking about that. I mean, it's not such a big deal for me because of the nature of the work that I do, but I dated a guy who had a big camouflage thingy. He called it a ghillie monster suit. Yeah, or a ghillie suit. Yeah, a ghillie suit is something that's used by snipers, and it basically makes you look like freaking Chewbacca or something. Yeah, Last White Rose says AI often fucks up images, extra thumbs and such. Yeah, I think this picture looks too old to be like AI. I don't know how long this house has been abandoned, but yeah. Anyway, so I want to show you guys this because I was just here earlier this evening. So if you notice the lighting's a little bit dark, it's because it was like 5 p.m. But so what this is, I need to be clear. My unit has, I should probably use this one. This is probably the best explanation. So my unit has like 3 parts, and this is common for a lot of, drone, just kind of an interesting combination. So, Birds of Fury is my unit. Oh my God. I'm so disorganized today. I just want to show you guys this. I just got my official unit patch today. I'm so excited. It's freaking awesome. There you go. That's so I'm, officially in, just so you know that, I guess does this make it real? I don't know. Yeah. Scruffy says, just a heads up, the human eye spots human shapes so damn easy. Here in Sweden, we put fir branches on a helmet so we completely erase the head, neck, shoulder outline. Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of the direction that I'm thinking, Oh, you have a cold, Scruffy? I'm sorry. That sucks. I was sick for like 2 months. So it's September and October, basically. So I know. Anyway, so I just want to make it clear. So there's the unit, and there's the company that makes the drones, and then there's the nonprofit that takes donations, and not only for donations towards drones, but also and this is just something really cool. Although I think we need to. Okay, they did change the name, so they're opening a veteran center. I can't tell you where, obviously. That's unfortunately OPSEC. But Scruffy says, speaking of cold, the Norks. Wow, I haven't heard this term Norks for North Koreans. The Norks are suffering from a multitude of heavy colds because they've been so isolated. Yeah, just like Native Americans coming to Europe, or me coming to Ukraine. To be honest. Wow. That's interesting, Scruffy. That's really interesting. So anyway, so this is a veteran center that they're working on. They've already got a grant from the oh my God, I can't remember what it's called. European Democracy. I don't know. I need more information on this. I'm going to talk more about this in a future live stream, and maybe maybe on the Shills or something. But so the point of this veteran center is to support the veterans and their families, to help them get the services that they need, both from the military and psychological services, legal services, all this type of stuff. And it's really they already have a group of families, and it's actually put together. This is started by a group of women, wives and mothers of veterans, and they actually started out just kind of doing activities and supporting each other. They had a grant for this, and the grant money ran out, but they continued to do this meeting, and now so I'm going to show you that the Veteran Center is under construction. So you can see. Here, let me. We'll share the tab so we can have some.
No, a lot of work done already. You don't see it before.
Oh, before?
All the floors,
so they're doing this renovation, and
this room,
they basically ran out of money. Ran out of money, but also at the same time.
So this will be like a
ran out of. Well, let's put it this way. Well, here, I'll let her speak.
Here we will have some furniture, like some. Here will be some small, like, kitchen area.
Okay.
Okay, so this is going to be the kitchen area. And then there's going to be like the lawyer's table over there.
Yeah.
And by the way, they had to renovate all of these doors because they weren't wide enough for a wheelchair. There's a real problem here in Ukraine with, wheelchair accessible facilities. So they had to make this all the doorways that you've seen had to be widened, and yeah.
There will be the table of case manager.
Okay.
In there we will have some sofas or something like this, where people can sit and, I don't know, like have some cozy space. In that corner we will have child corner.
Oh, okay. That's the children's area. All right.
And here will be
so it's a space for families, not just for veterans.
More private area.
Yeah.
we're thinking about to put a PlayStation here,
Oh.
or maybe some.
So this is going to be like the
Right.
recreation area.
So here, I don't know, like
Teenagers.
maybe, or even veterans. They
Sure,
can make
veterans,
their coffee and sit in here.
Yeah.
It's like far away from case manager, because case manager will be here all the time.
Right.
But it's, I don't know, like more privacy in there. And here will be room for some private
And then-
talks. Here will
so this will be like a
psychologist will work.
Oh, sure.
Here
Private
will
area
work
where
a
you
lawyer,
can meet
and
with
maybe
your
some
lawyer or
small
psychologist
group meetings.
here.
Sure.
Like 3 to 5 people with this lawyer or with psychologist, or maybe just for private talks. So here it will be like more private room and room for private conversation.
Cool.
So yeah, so pretty awesome. And I'm hoping next week, if I have time in between stuff that I normally have to do, I'm hoping I can meet with these women, the wives and mothers of veterans, and get to talk to them a little bit, maybe do an interview. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I don't. If you guys feel like you wanted to, I mean, you're welcome to send me money too, of course. But if you guys wanted to make a donation to anything, now we don't have a 501c3 set up in America yet, but I have recommended. This is part of the plan. So it takes PayPal, Swift, and crypto, and maybe I think yeah, they do take credit card. It takes Google Pay. So, I mean, potentially it should work for for those of you who want to give it a try. And I mean, the cool thing about it is like, this is like helping real people, and has an immediate effect. A big part of the problem that they're facing is that not just they ran out of money to finish the renovations, but also they ran out of people. So when they ran out of money, then the guys who are working on it, there's so many guys joining the military that it's hard to find just a regular like part-time handyman kind of a person. And the big sort of construction companies or whatever, they're not going to do some little pissant job like this, so they're kind of struggling because they were like, yeah, we ran out of money, and now we can't. Not only do we not have enough money, when we do have money, we're going to have to figure out where we can find somebody to do the work. So I'm like, well, the way to solve that problem is, sadly, is more money. They need handy women. Last White Rose, you have a very excellent point, and that is something that I intend to kind of propose when I go to meet with these women in this group. That is something that I intend to propose. You guys remember last spring, my whole Homes for Heroes plan of renovating and having volunteers coming from America or the EU or whatever, and renovating homes for Ukrainian veterans and internally displaced refugees. I feel like there's a way we could combine these ideas, I wonder, those of you who know how to swing a hammer, I just think, wouldn't it be fun just to come over here and have a place to show up and just, I don't know. It's just something I'm kind of thinking about. Anyway, so, but if you did want to make a Christmas donation, this is the thing, I feel like. So the website is heroesukraine.org. Yeah, Frag says right to repair. Yeah, right. You see, Last White Rose says I do tiling, drywall, and concrete work. Totally suck at electric. Yeah. See, everybody has something that they can do. You know what I mean? So heroesukraine.org, and it is a registered Ukrainian charity. So the next step that I have proposed is to register it, or an equivalent organization in the United States as a 501c3, and so I'm hoping that will happen. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, guys. I don't know if you guys have been watching the our video campaign, and I don't do any of this YouTube channel. Here, although there is talk that I might maybe on, like, if we do like a community tab or comments, I might, but the video editing here is not my doing. I showed you guys these videos last time. So we are working on some Christmas songs, and so I'm hoping that by next live stream, or no, maybe by next week, by this time next week, we are going to have some Christmas songs up on the Birds of Fury YouTube channel. So it'll be interesting. I want to talk about, I don't know if I brought up this article before, but I want to talk about some positive things that are happening because I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there, guys. And yeah, KKCG, we actually, in addition to the YouTube channel, there's also a Birds of Fury TikTok and Facebook page and Instagram, and I should share all of those links. Oh, Stepan, thank you very much. Yeah, today, by the way, Ukraine has a lot of holidays, and I lose track of them, but I think, yeah, basically today is the international. It's Ukrainian Army Day. Yes, thank you, Stepan, for bringing that up. It's a holiday, so it's quite nice. Aries, hello. Are you part of the International? No, I'm not part of the International Legion anymore. So I joined the International Legion, or I went to training with the International Legion last year, and I got injured in training, and so I was unable to join. But of course, I live here in Ukraine. Yeah, I got what you meant. I live here in Ukraine, and so I just kept on trying and eventually they did let me in. I am actually part of the drone force. If you didn't know, Ukraine has a drone force. Just like America has an air force, Ukraine has a drone force, and Birds of Fury is a unit in that. And I really can't. It's kind of operational security to go into any more detail than that. So thank you very much, KKSGG. But I did want to just, to really make mention some positive things that are happening in the Ukrainian army. And I really and truly hope that, these are going to be positive things regardless. So it says President Volodymyr Zelensky appointed General Mikhailo Drapati as Ukraine's ground forces commander. This was on November 29th. and he successfully organized the defense of the Kharkiv sector that disrupted the Russian offensive. And then, in addition, let's see here. Did I share that tab? Well, I'm off tab sharing. It's too much. I can't deal with it. I need to just share the whole damn window. And there. Okay. Yes, Magyar. I think Magyar. Eris, thank you for asking. Eris says, "Wow, a drone force. Is that the same as Magyar or Magyar's group?" I'm not sure if I'm spelling it right. Yeah, no, you're spelling it right. It's my understanding that Magyar. So Magyar is a unit within the drone force now. So this was a reorganization that took place, I believe, like over the summer, and so. Basically, Ukraine took a bunch of the drone units that were previously attached to different parts of the army in kind of a scattered way, and kind of assembled them together into this drone force. So Magyar is a part of the drone force now. To be honest, I don't fully understand. I don't even fully understand the organization of my own unit, guys. I'm only been here like less than a month, So, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around how it's all organized. But yeah, I joined the drone force, and what's funny is that I'm not really a good drone pilot, to be honest with you. But there are other things I do. Let's put it that way, that I cannot describe due to operational security. But yeah. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that I've been on and on and on about since the summer about the fact that Ukraine needs to change. The Ukrainian army needs to change its command, and President Zelensky has been working on that. And I think that some of this stuff is pretty positive. So this is from today. Zelensky awarded general ranks on the days of the armed forces. So a bunch of new generals were appointed. And the cool thing about a lot of these generals, these new commanders like this Mikhailo Drapati and what have you, they're all really young guys. And they all came out of like 2014 or even, starting at the beginning of the full-scale invasion. They're not the old Soviet mentality that every Ukrainian complains about. Yeah, Frag, exactly. It was in Mariupol in 2014, and so the Ukrainian army is changing rapidly, and I think it's a real positive thing. Even Zelensky has said, it needs to happen faster. It's not happening fast enough, But I mean, I don't blame him for that, because he came in. What did he know about the army when this war started? Not a lot. That was for other people to deal with. But he's. I think. I don't know if he's totally making the right decisions, but I definitely, they seem to be pretty positive. And I'm glad that I get to be, a part of that, a part of this now. And boy, we're going into a whole history lesson in the chat about the War of the Roses, the Tudors. I love you guys. You're great. Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks for educating. It's good. Yeah. So this is pretty interesting here. Why Ukraine needs a military ombudsman. and how it should function. And this is something that a lot of, I think, Ukrainians would feel pretty positively about. And I think this is something that, needs to happen within the Ukrainian army. And I think that, a lot of these issues with recruitment, by the way, this whole thing of the United States trying to force Ukraine to lower the recruitment age, Blinken or Sullivan or whoever it is needs to shut the hell up. Okay, it's really a stupid idea. It's not going to add, lowering the recruitment age or the draft age here in Ukraine is not going to add that many people. It's going to drive a lot of young people out of Ukraine, and it's going to demotivate the soldiers who are on the ground. Jägermeister, I remember hearing from Willie OAM's video that the Legion's heavily corrupted gear was sold by commanders instead of being used to protective. Was this experience in your unit? No, it was not, Jägermeister. But I heard about it from people in my unit. Now, it's a funny thing, I think there was a lot more concern about corruption and rumors about corruption than there was actual corruption, to be honest. And I think is the correct way to say it. I know a lot of guys who are in the International Legion who have not had to deal with that and not seen any of that. But there has been some real shit that's happened in the International Legion, unfortunately. But yeah, Scruffy makes a good point there. I have Willie OEM. Yeah, Scruffy says Willie OEM is pretty pro-Russian. I don't trust him one bit. Yeah, he's been to Ukraine more than once, but he's one of these guys who tries to be both sidesy, and I just don't think that's right. I think it's really important. In some ways, some of the things he said call attention to problems that have happened in the International Legion. But he's also platformed some just baseless rumors too at the same time. So it's tough. I quit listening to Willie a few months ago. Yeah. It was a former legionary saying, and I watched those videos too, Jägermeister, not Willie though, but I'm glad from what you're saying, maybe improvements have been made. Here's the thing. There are 3 different parts of the International Legion, not just one. And so, or actually 4. Okay, so there's the 4th Battalion, which is for training, and then there's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Battalions. And they operate differently. Each of those battalions, and I'm not going to tell you which one's better than which one, but I think there are some battalions that operate better than others. And there's one battalion I would say that desperately needs to be massively overhauled. That's what I would say about it. But yeah, the International Legion was kind of a clusterfuck to begin with, and I think it does need a complete overhaul, reboot, perhaps. And I think I actually think that's kind of the way things are going, at least with one particular battalion. And I hope for the best, because I have friends. I had friends. I have some friends that I've lost contact with, and I'm not sure where they are, and I'm really worried. So, yeah. But the thing is, if you're someone who wants to fight for Ukraine, as an American or as a foreigner, the rules and laws have changed such here in Ukraine that it's almost as easy, and I would say even more beneficial, to just join a regular unit. It's still a little bit difficult because the language barrier, which I struggle with every day. But you can find it. They really need a system for that. Maybe that's something the military ombudsman could help with, because there's tons and tons of people who want to come and fight for Ukraine, and if they could just organize it better. It's just hard for Ukrainians to understand. Like, why would anyone want to come here? We're having a war. Why would you come to Ukraine right now? They really can't understand that. At first, anyway. I think everybody understands me and guys in my unit, But I mean, like, it was one of the first things my commander asked me, like, kind of, it was like, so why are you here? Why are you doing this? Because it's a hard thing for Ukrainians. They kind of have this idea that they're just all alone. You must have balls of steel. I don't know. I just ombudsman. That is so funny. That's a Swedish word. And ombud is someone who talks on behalf of someone else. I always wondered, it's an English word. I mean, we have the word ombudsman, but I thought that ombudsman was someone who meditates while they smoke weed, like om, that's what I mean. I don't know. That's what I thought. But I'm glad you corrected me, Scruffy. Ombud. I always wondered where the word came from. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring up that the last thing that I want to call attention to is, this is something that really, really concerns me. And I know Johnny Pierce has been talking about this. And I'm really worried about what's going to happen with sanctions when Trump comes along. I mean, I know we're not going to get a lot of help from America, but letting Russia off sanctions, or letting them slip, or failing to play that whack-a-mole game and keep on cranking down on sanctions is probably even worse than not sending aid to Ukraine. And here we see that slippery slope happening already. EU fails to approve 15th sanctions package against Russia. I don't know what they're arguing about. Something about, 2 EU member states blocked the sanctions package. I wonder who those 2 EU states might have been. Slovakia and Hungary, I'm sure. But even still, this is from a couple of weeks ago, right? But final Chinese module arrives at Arctic LNG 2 plant as U.S. snoozes on sanctions action. This is from November 12th, so it's like a month ago, right? But I've been planning on talking about this. So this is something that was never supposed to be allowed to happen, okay? It was sanctioned, I don't know, fucking years ago or some shit. And this should never have happened. And now it's almost completed, right? And this is, who's asleep at the wheel in the federal government? And I'm really, really worried about this, to be honest. So that's what I'm going to end with, guys. The only thing I will do here is just repeat to you this. You guys remember from the beginning? Do you guys remember the word, the secret word? It's M code. right? So just, you know, code, important that is, and call your congressman, call your senator, call the freaking CIA. I don't know, whoever it is that can approve this shit. Not M thingy, Michelle, M code. Okay, go on every freaking live stream that you can and just type M code, M code, M code until somebody says, "Shut the hell up! What? Stop saying M code." That's when you know you're successful. Okay, so thank you guys. And if Jonathan Pierce is still running, I'm going to jump over on him and say M code until he tells me to shut up. Slava Ukraine, everybody. До побачення.